All right, what's going on, gentlemen? I just want to come in here and drop this before I forget. I don't know if I've showed y'all this program before, but for those of you who are getting ready to start a channel and who are thinking about doing more stuff for their live streams, and you have a decent PC and a microphone with an interface, then this video is for you. All right. So what I want to show you is this program that I use, Jazzler Show Lite. Before I got my Rodecaster Pro 2, I was using this program to trigger sound effects and so forth. I'll drop a link in the description below of this video and show you where you can get it. It only costs about $1, about the cheapest soundboard you can ever get. So it's well worth it. Even if you don't use it, just buy it. It'll be in the store, it'll be in your library, and you can continue to use it until they take it out the app store, which they probably won't once you buy it. So I will hurry up and get a hold of it before it goes away. All right. So now that we got that part out the way, let's bring the program up. So here it is. This is the first screen. When you first install it, you're going to get all these pre-made effects and stuff that they include into it. So here's a few of them. You hit a button just to give you an idea of what you're getting into. So let me lower the volume because that kind of hurt my ears a little bit. All right. So it comes with all these different effects. Now,
you guys are the greatest.
You can leave these or you can change them out. So that's the beauty of this program. However, I will caution you that if there's ever an error on your computer or it crashes or whatever, you got to do this whole process over. So to prevent yourself from losing everything, what I suggest is that you set, restore points on your PC. That way you can go back to it, or you screenshot with the snipping tool every sound effect you have in there so you can rebuild your library later. All right. Now, before we begin, one thing you want to do is you want to create a folder. All right. I've already done mine, so I'll show you mine. Let me see here. Let me bring that over. All right. So this is my folder. I named it sound effects. Everything I download, I put in here. There's about 1,500 sound effects in here I've gotten across the internet from various different sources. I don't know all of them, but I can show you one. So what I'll do is I'll bring this up. Now, this is a website I use called My Instance. Most of your popular streamers get their information or their audio from this website. You can also go on YouTube and try to download. There's a few green screen places where you get the effects that people trigger a button. It pops up with missiles and stuff like that, like El Guapo. He gives you the Jericho missile. Came off a green screen site. Or you can make your own if you want to spend the time doing that. But I'm going to show you a few shortcuts here and there. So I'm going to show you a few pieces of software I use, a few websites. So this is one of them. This is My Instance. And the first thing you'll notice is that these are all the things trending in the United States. And if you click on the button, it just triggers the sound so you can preview them and go from there. So this is one of my favorites. I'm glad they added it on there. And if you want to download these, all you do is hit download MP3. Now this is going to come into play later. It's going to come into play later. You download them to your sound effects folder. That makes it easy for you. Since my computer crashed, now I got to go through every single sound and figure out which one is which, because I can't remember the titles of all the stuff I used to use before. So it is what it is. All right. Now, once you get the program, once you get the program, you download your sounds and then you come back here. Now, all these blank spaces right here, you can modify if you want. You just right click on them. It brings up the sound, and then you can add a title, change the color, and then you browse to wherever your file is saved, and then you pick it. For some reason, it doesn't always default back to the sound effects folder, but you're going to have to select that and go back into it and pick whatever sound you want to pick. Now, I'm not going to change anything on this first screen, but we're going to go to these other palettes down here at the bottom, and we're going to play with those. But I'm going to show you the settings first. Not really helpful at all, except for the fire effect. That's it. So every time you hit the button, it's going to give you the fire effect. There's also a check. Shit. Closed it by accident. There's also a check mark option here that you can click just to show you which sound effects you've triggered already. All right. So now let's go to this palette page here because I've already started. This is about the second time I've tried to record this. So I got a few default sounds that I put in here.
Don't you trust them new niggas over there?
Now, what I'm doing, when I live stream, I use OBS so I can turn the volume up and down as I choose. So if this sounds a little loud to you, that's the only way you can do it. In OBS, you can change the volume. If you're using StreamYard and you have a interface, this is going to play at whatever volume through that interface. So it's going to be kind of loud. So caution your audience about triggering before you trigger some of these sounds. Now, hopefully that's not too, didn't mean to do that. Hopefully that's not too loud in your ears. So here we go. Let's see here. Let's add a sound in here. I'm going to leave it dim gray. And if you don't select a button title here, you can always change the button titles. It's going to give you the default name of the file that you use. So let's go down here. Let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Pulled this from It's Real 85 on one of his Mortal Kombat spoofs that he do. And then you can also click over here, preview.
I'll leave her alone, you dig? You know I'm about to steal on you, right? I'll leave her alone, you dig? You know I'm about to steal on you, right?
All right, now you can also come in here and mess with the mix settings. I haven't really fooled around with this too much, so you can pick when it fades in, fades out, and there's a couple other effects that are here. But I don't really understand exactly how it works, so you have to go here, set mix. So if you click on another button when this one is mixing through, then it will trigger the sound at a certain point. Like, it's really complicated. I don't bother with it. So let's go back here, pick a different sound. And it's good because it's cheap. All you do is it gives you a visual interface. You can click your buttons. Like, I got a Rodecaster Pro and I have to actually bring up the whole screen so I can see which buttons I'm triggering, which can be difficult if you're on, working on the fly or whatnot. But here you go. And I'm so lonely, Mr. And if you know how to cut sounds out of videos, just record the sound only. You can pull anything across the internet, create your own sounds, or you can go to myinstance.com and search for the sound to see if somebody's made it or not, and go from there. So that's number one. That this costs you $1. It's basically free at this point. So that's one thing. All right, so we got that. We got the My Instance website, just to recap. So there you go. These are two tools you can use to improve your live streams. So the next thing you can do is go to green screen. Don't know what the exact website is. Green Screen Memes, okay? This is one of the websites that I used. So you can find all these green screen videos and so forth. Download them if you're using OBS, and then you can set a hotkey so that when you're talking, it would trigger one of these videos. If you know how to set up all the green screen, you can look at tutorials on that. Filter out the green and you hit a button. The skeleton is going to show up and start dancing on your stream. So you have that. And all the major memes that's out there. All the major memes that's out there pretty much have a green screen equivalent. So there you go. And then especially this dude right here. I need to find one for old man Frank. I got money. And go from there. Now, you can also trigger all these inside of, I want to say you can trigger all these inside of StreamYard, but it's a little complicated to do. Maybe a little harder to do. Some people use OBS and use a virtual camera into StreamYard. That's one way to get around it. But there you have it. There you go. Quick tutorial on how to trigger sounds, how to get your own sounds, and how to implement them using a graphical interface. This is probably the easiest way to trigger
No.
sounds. Real simple, right? Don't have to take your eyes off the screen. I would recommend having 2 screens. That way you can have this off to the side. And then have your streaming software right in front of you. That way, whenever somebody says something, you got your mouse ready to go. Click on it.
Let's go.
And you're good to go. All right. Hopefully this helps some of y'all out. Some good information for you. And catch y'all on the next one.